right, let's get it. My student's gonna come in a little bit, but we're gonna get onto this Kanye conversation. One of the biggest questions I ask my students, or that's spoken about in my class, is, do you want to be famous or not? And I think what we're looking at right now with Kanye is how important fame can assist you. So the first piece of information I saw was that Pepsi pulled out. I think the next sponsor was the Rockstar energy drink. But we also found out that Coca-Cola stepped up based off research. I don't know this to be 100% fact, but this is just through my Twitter fingers going through the internet searching this information. So it lets me know that this show is probably still going to happen. And here's the thing too, if it doesn't happen, it does go to show his star power still. When you have a huge brand, a huge company that pulls out of sponsorship and dealings with said celebrity entertainer, and then you have another one step up as fast as that other one did, that's star power. As far as business goes, that would say, well, I know I'm gonna get my money with this person. But I say that to say, for all of the people that want to be famous, if you don't know how to leverage your fame, it won't work in your favor. And I don't know if Kanye per se is doing it or the people behind him, but it's for sure his brand. And that show that he did after his joint just dropped, that stage was crazy. So he's still giving us something to talk about, and he's getting to the music. A lot of people say, quit all the shenanigans, get to the music. He got to the music. Another thing about the actual project, I have not heard it yet, but one thing I want to talk about is the people that have been talking about it says it wasn't what they expected, and some people said it didn't sound finished. This takes me back to an old Kanye line, right? Everybody got a way they feel about Ye, or they say about Ye, but at least they feel something, right? One thing's for sure, when his records drop, you feel something. Whatever it is, if you're trying to, sometimes this is what people forget about newer records, right? People say we skip past records, but sometimes we listen to records to try to figure out what it is, and we don't realize that in time, we're actually listening to it a lot, right? You're giving it that replay value that we used to do back in the 90s. That's why it's called Behind the Remix. We talking about the way things used to be as opposed to now. I listened to the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about, I think it was Park saying, one of them were saying, I wonder if he's gonna do some further mixing and add some instrumentation like he does with some of his other projects and re-release the project. I think that's one of those things that comes back from old school, you know, like Blueprint 2.1, you know what I mean? Or when people come back, Confessions, the deluxe version, right? We want more, we want differences, we want variations. And then the dope thing about technology today is you can listen to your consumers say what they don't like about a finished product, go back and update it, and they'll buy into the new project. You know what I mean? Pardon my door. But ultimately, I think what needs to be spoken about Kanye or Ye is his star power. So, yeah, let me know when the first time you heard Kanye West. For me, it was probably back on some Rockefeller stuff. And I'm from Milwaukee, so, you know, got to give it up for Chi-Town. Sound like my students about to come in. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. My Patreon is patreon.com/Lab Lowry. Catch me in the lab, making beats in the classroom, trainings, books, merch, all of that on Lab Lowry. It's Behind the Remix again. Let me know in the comments the first time you heard Kanye West record, and what was it? Where was you at in the world? All right, peace and love.